Right there, the suspect trying to get into somebody's property or still trying to hide, but doing a very, very poor job of it right there. LAPD coming to a stop. Oh, come on, guys, he's right there. The officer's running right by him. They're going right by him. Angie, our pilot today, talking on O2, trying to tell the officers that this suspect is right there. And again, you just saw that. Oh my goodness, I just feel so bad for those officers making their way back now. It's the blue car. There we go. Somebody's getting the information. Somebody's got to be getting the information. Keep coming around, Ange. Keep coming around. Keep coming around. That suspect, unbelievable. We're watching this live, and you have to understand that these officers, they don't know what the information that we know. But again, that LAPD helicopter just arriving. There you go. Some of those officers must be getting that information. There you go. There you go. And now that suspect going into custody. Wow. Wow. And they haven't. Whoa. Whoa. Copy. I believe so. He just got over to the transition. I have it, don't I? Oh, Jesus. $15. Whoa! A pursuit, southbound 605. We just transitioned from the 105 freeway. You see that vehicle right there, a big full-size Chevy pickup truck, GMC. Maybe it falls into the same family. This vehicle moving at very high speeds. One person inside. That's what we heard from the Sheriff's Department earlier on. They have that driver in that vehicle driving at high speeds, very reckless. Already had a couple of accidents with a couple of other vehicles. This started off the 91 out in this general area. Right now, though, you can see that vehicle moving it at a very fast clip. It's been on the freeway. It's been off the freeway. It's driven the wrong way on the freeway. Right now, though, I can tell you this California Highway Patrol trying to get behind it. There is nobody behind this vehicle. There is no law enforcement at all right now behind the vehicle. It was, now my pilot's saying that there actually is one just joining the chase, and that probably is going to be the California Highway Patrol. Now, the sheriff's ship, they're overhead. They've been calling this since it was a pursuit in Lakewood area, but they backed off because of the high speeds, the dangerous situation. The helicopter stayed above just to make sure that the public would be safe and they could keep an eye on where this vehicle was going. Right now, though, very high speeds, very dangerous situation. Just before we went live, this vehicle actually went off-road, making that transition from the 105 to the southbound 605. Right now, very high speeds, very reckless driving. That vehicle's been in a couple of wrecks, but continues to drive very hard. As we're making our way now, looks like we're going to be getting off the freeway here in the Long Beach area, and you can see it right now. That big truck, hard time maneuvering. We'll see what it does. The original call, as we understand it, is stolen vehicle. And you know what? This time, a lot of times we like to punch a little fun at these pursuits. We get a little excited. You know, we've said those things in the past, like drive it like it is stolen. In this case, we don't. This guy has been doing that, and it has been extremely dangerous. Running a number of red lights out here, and I have to apologize. I'm having a little camera issues this afternoon or this late morning. But right now, we're keeping an eye on it. You can see it there on major streets, driving very, very recklessly, hard turns, running red lights. It actually was on the sidewalk. We heard that. We didn't see that earlier on. But right now, this vehicle moving along at a very fast clip. Again, even the guys on the ground, the ones that the California Highway Patrol was chasing it, they were behind it. But because of those high speeds, difficult and the crazy driving, they're having a hard time keeping up with that vehicle. Right now, though, you can see it. We're in a residential area right here, still high speeds. I'm always very nervous when we get in situations like this because of those high speeds, small areas, residential, and of course, here we go again, right, running another a stop sign there, getting back onto the Norwalk Boulevard northbound. It is just too much to keep up with this morning, and this vehicle continues to drive extremely recklessly. And again, I have to be very clear. There are no officers behind it, and there's no way this person knows that he's being followed. We can bring up the speedometer for you. You know, that funny thing about that, earlier on when they first started following, whoa, there, oh, geez, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that guy in that black car, I hope they're okay. They took the brunt of it. Yeah, the door's open. That's a positive sign. He's getting out. He's running. That's the suspect. Falling. Hopefully, just stay down. Just stay down. Just stay down. Oh my goodness! There you go. That's the guy. That's the guy that was in the black car right there. That's got to be adrenaline just getting him out of that car. Oh, what a tragic ending! Unbelievable crash right there. There is officers behind it. California Highway Patrol. Those guys never give up. You got to give them the positive where it is. Going out to that suspect, they're going to cuff him. I'm sure that one of these other officers is going to start checking on all these other folks that were involved. That even that silver car airbag deployment. That means that car was hit hard enough for those airbags to go off. There's an older SUV Explorer right there. What a tragic ending to this crash out here. Thank goodness that this guy at least is off the road and it has come to a stop. But wow, that's all I got to say right now is wow. Pardon me? Yes. Well, there's going to be somebody in there probably just staying inside right now. Airbag deployment. You know, that young guy right there, you know, he was doing nothing wrong. All these folks in that intersection were doing nothing wrong, just driving along, and that maniac behind the wheel, that suspect, just plowed through there, crashing into him. This guy, you know, we've seen crashes like this in the past. You know, he's walking around. He seems to be good. Hopefully he will be good. I have a feeling he will be sore later on today. You know, this guy right here, we still haven't seen anybody get out of it. You know, they have an officer right there now. Sheriffs are arriving here on scene. They're talking to some of these other drivers. If any, that car is very minor damage, but this car right here, there's definitely going to need an ambulance. And of course, that young man that we saw jump out of that black vehicle, he is going to need an ambulance as well. Just what a terrible ending to this pursuit. This is why a lot of times, you know, the law enforcement, they make these calls, but you have to be very clear about this. In this case, they were technically in pursuit, but those other vehicles from California Highway Patrol so far behind, their lights and sirens couldn't be warning the public because they couldn't keep up. But the helicopter from the Sheriff's Department there the whole time making those calls. And again, what a tragic ending to this chase out here. Stolen vehicle, was it worth it? I would say no. Yeah, thank goodness is the only thing I can say. Just thank goodness nobody's lost their life in this crash, but it was a pretty horrific crash, that is for sure. And, this person, we still have not seen them, but clearly talking to the sheriff's department. There has been an ambulance dispatched almost as soon as that crash happened. That was the first thing they were doing, was dispatching some fire to this location. Probably going to be LA County Fire. That suspect cuffed, but you saw law enforcement doing, they are the first responders. They went to that suspect, cuffed him, took him into custody, but right away checking on these other victims, these drivers. And you know what, you're right. This is what we always talk about, is what always is so worrisome to me, is, you're just driving along, could be your friends, could be your family, could be, anybody for that matter. You just don't want to see anybody hurt, and then somebody plows through an intersection for, really for no reason. And then, people are injured, lives are disrupted. It's just a terrible sight to see. Hang on. Well, this is going to be at the actual intersection of it's Norwalk Boulevard, Del Amo. This is going to be Long Beach, right at the corner. Basically Long Beach, Lakewood is the cities out here. You can see a number of officers out there, and there probably will be some sort of a investigation ongoing. It looks like they already closed a portion of Del Amo, probably for about a block or so away, because you're not seeing. Oh, you are seeing some vehicles probably making U-turns because they know they cannot get through. That's going to be the most difficult for drivers. But right now, fire department, LA County Fire, just arriving here on scene, and we haven't seen an ambulance yet, but these trucks carry paramedics, so the paramedics are going to go check out some of these folks. They're probably going to check out, it was, I believe, I'm just hearing voices. It sounded like Maria was talking about a broken ankle. I would put money on that driver has a broken ankle. Actually saw one of the deputies taking a picture of it. Many times, there is, depending upon the number of paramedics that show up, they're going to be taking care still, even though the suspect might be the bad guy, the person that caused it. If his injuries are the worst, they will check out him first before they start checking out the minor injuries. But right now, it's just a very chaotic scene, but the officers are here. These are and the fire department. These guys are professionals. They're going to make this whole situation right as soon as they can. Take the injured away. And like I said, right now this is happening at the corner of Norwalk and Del Amo in the Lakewood area. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was she walked over to the gas station. Woof. That was crazy. Yeah, glad that's over too because I had no joystick control. I was doing everything on the knobs. That's the reason why I lost. You know, I didn't lose them, but I couldn't keep up with them when we did the pirouette. Oh. Man, this guy's gonna have stories for days. Yeah, airbag deployment. Simon Des, thank you. Dylan, thank you. Yeah, we'll probably be here for a minute or two. Were we the only ones here when it crashed? Woohoo! I'm sure somebody on the internet's like, why is he so happy? Because we had it exclusive. That's why I'm happy. All right, let me drop all the mapping. Yeah, I was fighting with the camera the whole time. I appreciate that. Thank you. Man, that was crazy. I want to see the truck. Yeah. Yeah. Poor kid. Yeah. Kind of, it's one of those ones, kind of reminds me of my son. You know? Something like that would happen to him, too. He's got that kind of aura and that luck. Nico.